everybody, and welcome to the first ever live edition of the Nerdy Economist Show on this Tuesday, February 11th, 2014. Thank you all for joining me today, because you guys are the best. And today I want to break down a couple news stories, and believe it or not, somebody sent in a question. So before I get to the question that was tweeted to me, I want to break down the actual weekend box office take for 3 movies that opened up last weekend. As a personal project, I decided I'm going to start following 3 movies that opened up last weekend. I'm going to follow them for a year and see how much money they actually accumulate over time, in regards to ticket sales and Blu-ray sales and all this stuff. But the 3 movies that opened last week and I'm following, Lego Movie, Monuments Men, and Vampire Academy, they are both overestimated. The Lego Movie was only overestimated close to $60,000, versus Monuments Men was overestimated by almost $700,000. The actual weekend take for the Lego Movie was $69,050,279. Monuments Men actual take was $22,003,433, and Vampire Academy's actual take was $3,921,742, and the estimates were all way above that, which makes sense. People overestimate these type of things. But with that out the way, let's get to the good stuff. And today, probably the most important bit of news. Today, the Avengers 2 starts shooting today in Johannesburg, South Africa. So for all you people in Johannesburg, be on the lookout for some famous people. However, I don't think any of the big characters will be there. I think, of course, Joshua Whedon's going to be there, but I think it's just Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch will be there, and maybe Jeremy Renner as Hawkeye. Maybe he's there, but Tony Stark and Chris Hemsworth, Thor, and all those people, the big people, they're not going to be there. This is just, the start of principal photography. They're just doing some wide shots, I suppose. But if you're there will be roads closed from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And if you're there, you already know which roads are closed. And that's going to go on for about 2 weeks. But the big thing to take away from this is that they're actually starting to shoot the movie. Now, even though they're not shooting any big scenes, and they're not shooting anything with big names in it, they are shooting the movie, and it's refreshing to know that they are moving on with production versus Man of Steel 2 that's pushed back production. And finally, the concept of Avengers 2, Age of Ultron is coming into reality. It's now reality. It's no more theoretical. It's no more on paper. It's not like, what Matthew McConaughey said in Wolf of Wall Street. It's not paper gain. It's realized now. So that's great to know. In other news, going into the TV world, Gotham City, the TV show, being produced by Fox and Warner Brothers, follows Commissioner Gordon after the death of Bruce Wayne's parents, and eventually the show's all about Commissioner Gordon, and eventually we'll see Batman put on the cape and cowl, but that's probably going to be the last episode, which would probably be a very good lead-in into Man of Steel 2 if they can get it around for 2 seasons, or however long, or if they wrap it up by then. That'd be a great lead-in. But Robin Lord Taylor was casted as Oswald Cobblepot. For those of you who don't know who Oswald Cobblepot is, that is in fact the Penguin. There will be a lot of the more famous Batman villains in this show. And also, Sean Pertwee will appear as Bruce Wayne's butler, Alfred Pennyworth. So we will be seeing a younger Bruce Wayne. We won't be seeing Batman. This revolves around Commissioner Gordon, but we'll have familiar faces there like Alfred, Commissioner Gordon, Cobblepot. And I'm actually real excited for this show. Hopefully it doesn't suck as bad as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. does. And if you like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., then, that's all, everything's subjective. So good for you if you like it. At least somebody likes it. But I think most people don't. But if you like it, be proud of it. Wear the colors. Also, speaking of TV shows, if you guys have HBO, Sunday nights, 8 o'clock, True Detective comes on. And I'm telling you, best TV show on right now. It's definitely dark. And for all you younger kids out there, you probably need to get your parents' permission because there's a lot of very bad things in that show with drugs and women. But the show is incredible. And I would highly suggest it to anybody who's listening to watch it. Also, in the news today, we are getting Jingle All the Way 2. And yes, the sequel to the 1996 comedic hit with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And it's going to star Larry the Cable Guy and WWE superstar Santino Marella. The only bad part is WWE Studio is going in, is co-producing with Fox. So, most likely it's not going to be very good. Sorry, but most of these movies that WWE Studios produced just suck. See No Evil, the first one was good, but outside that, everything else just has fallen flat. And also coming from WWE Studios and Fox is the Marine Force, starring The Miz again, reprising his role from the 3rd Marine, and WWE Diva Summer Rae. Now, honestly, I think the Marine's probably the worst franchise in movie history. It just is awful, and why they're making a 4th installment, I have no idea. I guess it's done some type of money, but, oh well. So let's sit out of the movie world. We do have a question today sent in to me at Twitter. You can send your questions to me. You can tweet them at me at the Nerdy Econ, or you can get on my Facebook and leave a message on any of the posts, Nerd Economist, or you can leave a question on anything on the Tumblr, Movies and Business, or my nerdeconomist.com. You can just leave a question anywhere, and I promise you I will get to you, and I'll give you a shout out. So this question comes from at the Brown Guy 10. I hope you're having a great day, man. His question is, what do you think about DC pushing back the Man of Steel 2 movie? Well, the Brown Guy 10, thank you for asking your questions. I appreciate it. And, it just depends on the day. Today, indifferent about it. Because apparently there's a rumor going around that Goyer Goyer has been let go from the production, and they've rewritten the script. How much they have, I don't know. But it could have been the script was complete garbage and they needed more time, or they had no idea what they were doing. What I think is the case, they really don't have any idea of what they're doing, and maybe they started to believe some of these quote-unquote rumors going around there. But, if that's the case, I'm glad they pushed it back, and it gives them more time to make a really good movie, because this is, without a doubt, a very important movie in the DC Cinematic Universe. Because this bombs, I honestly don't see how you can go on with the Justice League. Because let's face it, you have a rebooted Batman who is just now appearing in this movie. Superman, this is Superman's only 2nd movie in this series, in this rebooted shared cinematic universe DC's. And then he thrown in Wonder Woman, who's now going on to be on the big screen. And you have Lex Luthor in there. And this movie just sucks. I think Warner Brothers is going to have to put a hold on Justice League and figure out what they need to do. Maybe do a standalone Batman film. Maybe do another Man of Steel film. And then come back to a Justice League. But if this movie bombs, then I feel like, Justice League is going to be pushed back at least another year. or not another year. We don't even know if it's when it's coming. It's coming eventually, but it's going to be pushed back further and further and further until it goes into movie limbo and never comes out. But it's good if they're doing it to make it better. But also, I hate that they pushed it back because I was looking, despite the Gal Gadot and the whoever's casted as can't think of his name, as Lex Luthor. Despite some of these weird casting choices and all this other stuff around the movie, I was looking forward to it because first and foremost, my favorite comic book character is Batman, and I was stoked when I heard the news, and then my stokedness has diminished since. But yeah, I wish they would have kept it on time. Obviously, Warner Brothers is not Marvel at the moment. Marvel is just cranking out film after film after film, and we're getting 4 or 5 Marvel films a year, even though not all of them technically belong to Marvel. You have your X-Men, Fantastic Four at Fox, and you have your Spider-Man with Sony, but they're still Marvel properties, and it's just another reason, another thing to say, oh, Marvel's winning the cinematic universe, even though DC's winning the TV universe, and my opinion with Arrow and hopefully Gotham and the Flash spin-off show. But to get sidetracked, but to answer your question, it's just indifferent, depends on the day. I wish they would have kept it in 2015, but you can move it back a year. Hopefully it's a really good movie, because there's a lot riding on it for not only Warner Brothers and DC, but us as fans. And I want to thank everybody for joining me today on this live edition of the Nerdy Economist Show. I don't have a set time. I'll do it live, but I'll be sure a couple hours before to post what time I will on various social media websites, on Facebook, Nerd Economist, Twitter at the Nerdy Econ, or thenerdeconomist.com. I will post a time and a link for that. So hopefully more of you will join, and even if you can't catch it live, tweet me your questions, or send your questions in on Facebook or the Nerdy Economist, and they will get answered. And thank you all for joining us today, and have a great day, everybody. And if you're somewhere where it's cold, stay warm, and if you're just lucky enough to be somewhere where it's nice and tropical, then lucky you. I'm not a big fan of you right now. Have a great day, everybody. Stay nerdy, and bye-bye.